Get into our Solar Smackdown. That's right. So you definitely want to tune in. And if you want to hear it online, you can also go to hometownstation.com and listen online, or you can go and watch us because you're going to want to watch this. Gino, put the gloves on these guys.
Yeah,
right
notice we've sat ourselves between them to make sure to keep them apart.
That's right, because you're gonna want to watch this on Ustream.tv and type in Don and Gino. That way you can watch what's going on and listen to what's going on at the Solar Smackdown. Because today we have two of the top experts. We got to watch these guys go hand in hand against each other all weekend long. Actually, Barry was there too at the home show. We were there, sharing with our local Santa Clarita residents, and we watched these two literally go hand-to-hand combat all weekend long with who was better, who knew more, who was more passionate. But bottom line is what we learned was they both know their stuff, and they both are very, very passionate about their jobs. So they were willing to both come on and continue that battle together. So today, I'm proud to say that we have Henry Nagy with REC Solar. That's Henry Nagy with REC Solar, and we're glad to have you here today. How's it going, buddy?
It's great. I'm happy to be here, and I look forward to talking to you about how solar is going to work for homeowners out here in Santa Clarita.
Very nice. Actually, I don't know if we can put him on anymore. He's got that radio voice. He's going to steal my job. And who else do we have here, buddy?
Well, we have Mark Figearo, and he's with Green Convergence. Is that right, Mark?
That's correct.
All right. And they're here today, and then I think we're going to go talk about some of the myths. I mean, I hear all these things, and I think about all these questions when I think about solar. I think one of the things I think that constantly resonates in my mind is my HOA going to allow me to do this? Out here in Santa Clarita, we have a lot of HOAs. And I know, in fact, that some were improperly placed in my neighborhood, and it turned into a big ordeal. Of course, they did just take up a piece of mountain that they thought was theirs that wasn't theirs to begin with. But, is that realistic? Can I get them placed in my HOA?
Absolutely. There's generally not a problem. The HOAs can regulate appearance. They can regulate to a degree on where they can go if it doesn't affect your energy output too much. But the HOAs are that we work with out here, and we're a local company, so we deal with all of them, and they've been great to deal with. They understand that they can't stop solar, and I don't think they're trying to. They just want to make sure that they're dealing with reputable companies that are going to take aesthetics into consideration.
Okay, so you don't want them to strap a solar panel to my forehead or something, have me walking around. Or how about garage door solar panels? Do we have those yet?
Not that I'm seeing.
I haven't seen any.
I have to have
either.
my buddy Henry here if he's got them.
Yeah, that bifacial garage door that's coming out is probably a good myth that we could start spreading a rumor about right now.
All right, sounds good.
I like it.
So, Henry, tell me a little bit. I think one of the main things that I think all the time when I think about solar is, we see advertisements. In fact, I got one in my mailbox yesterday. It says, basically get it for free, in quotes, right? No money down, and it won't cost you any money if you do it just right. Is that possible?
Gino, that's not a myth. If people have bills that are in the 150, 250, 300 up in range, now they actually have a bill that's getting towards out of control. And when they get up there in the 800 or so range, it's just there's people out there that are paying $1,000 and more dollars a month for their electricity. Now, when you offset that very expensive electricity, in those higher reaches of the tier structure that Southern California Edison has, you can offset that that 24, the 27, and the 31-cent electricity with a great program that literally wipes out their cost of the system, so they can come in with zero down, and then their payment is actually going to be lower than their current electric bill, sometimes by hundreds of dollars.
So if you had to pick a spot, and I want both of you to kind of talk about this and see if you agree on the spot, but if someone's listening out there, and what's the spot at which doesn't necessarily warrant the system per se, because I know they need experts to give them advice, but if you're paying X amount of dollars, how many dollars would you say it would take on your monthly bill for it to start to make sense?
Typically, we look at $150 average monthly bill. There's some situations where you have an ideal situation, an asphalt roof facing due south is, pretty easy installation where it might work, a little under $150. But I think everybody in the industry kind of looks at $150 average bill a month as the starting point.
Baseline.
And then that's not hard to do in Santa Clarita with our heat.
Yeah, no doubt. It doesn't get hot here, does it?
Whew, no.
Only during the daytime, and then sometimes at night.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't need solar panels. My wife's very energy efficient. She's willing to leave the house up to 82 until I come home. I'm like 76.
Look at these guys are looking at, there's a candidate. Well, Henry, what I liked, I heard too, was that basically, when you really look at it, it's not just a government subsidies we always hear, but you're talking about because of the savings and the fact that you don't have to come in with a down payment per se, right, to get solar. Because of the savings on your payment, you're reducing your payment by more than what your electric bill, I should say, than more than what the payment is for that solar.
That's right. You can get in there because of the rebate. That's still pretty good here in Edison for another couple, at least for the next 4 to 6 weeks. We're probably going to still experience a very high rebate with Edison. But as that diminishes, your payback and your buy-in's going to go up. So right now, the rebates and the 30% federal tax credit really do take a big chunk out of the cost. And then with the finance programs that can get you in at zero down or very low down, you actually can fix the cost of your electricity. Instead of paying the 27, 30-cent electricity, then you can fix your price for electricity, say in the 20-cent range, at the low 20s, and pay that into the future instead of these escalating rates that keep climbing the more you use.
That's great stuff. You were just listening to Henry Nagy with REC Solar giving us some great tips on solar. And we also have Mark Figearo here with Green Convergence. And I know Mark and I were talking about the fact that everybody gets excited about the rebates and what they can get, this great financing options and rebates and so forth. But what they don't look into sometimes is what are they really getting when they get solar? They just get excited that solar is solar. Is that true?
That is about the farthest thing from the truth. And honestly, that's why I'm glad to do this with Henry, because REC is a reputable company, as is Green Convergence. But unfortunately, there's a lot of companies out there that have just kind of jumped on this valley, and especially since LADWP and some of the other municipalities have lost their rebates, and they've kind of attacked up here. They don't know our area, but they're selling strictly financing. And I ask people sometimes, would you sit in front of a car dealer, negotiate a payment, and then find out what you just bought? And nobody would do that. Unfortunately, with solar, people don't know the questions to ask, don't know that there are different quality products, different efficiency products, different warranties, and definitely different quality in installers. And, we're hoping to educate people with shows like this, and we're happy that, Don and Gino, that you invited us here.
Very cool. Well, we love, as you can tell, between Mark and Henry, that they're very approachable guys, very knowledgeable guys, very passionate guys. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how you basically get set up to get solar. What questions should you ask? Because it's really key. We're going to continue when we come back with Henry Nagy and Mark Figearo on the Solar Smackdown. That's right, on the Don and Gino Real Estate Finance Hour on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTF.